Okay. This is probably not what people were expecting to see, but here we are. Overwatch 2, baby. It's the beta, and I'm here to do some beta testing. It is now beta minutes. That's what the B stands for, or so I've been told in the past. Let's check this shit out. Let me make sure everything's working here. I'm not able to see the overlay thing. What's the point of the overlay if it doesn't show up in the game? Just get this sorted out here. But anyway, I thought we would check out the new content that's available in this game. This is the beta version of Overwatch 2. I thought we would check out the new character designs and then the new modes. The main difference, in my understanding, is that it is 5v5 now instead of 6v6. And those of you that don't know, I really like Overwatch, but I do think that it needs a breath of fresh air. I think that it was very dull for a long time. And I know some people are thinking this version's not going to necessarily do very well. We'll see. I personally have high hopes. So let's go ahead and go through the heroes first. So here they all are. There's only 2 new ones as of right now. The Junker Queen and Sojourn. But let's go through and let's compare their original designs to their new designs. So, like, obviously they have all these skins, and the cool thing is that if you, have skins from Overwatch 1, you still get to keep them, so they don't just go away. So that's cool, because I have almost every skin in the game. Like, as you can see, like, for Diva, I have all these ones. I'm only missing 3. But this is her classic design. So, pink mech, purple suit. Pretty cool. And this is how they improved her. Okay. So a little more color on the mech. They added some blue to the mech, a little more white. So it's not just all pink. They gave her the ponytail, which I think one of the other skins had that, but I think that's cuter looking. Her suit's not all one color now either. Well, I guess it wasn't before either, but I would say this is an improvement. I think she looks cuter. I think her mech looks cuter. Whoa, what? What the fuck?
Young B Minutes always wanted to play Overwatch 2 all through his childhood and adolescence.
That's correct. I've always wanted to play this game. It's the perfect game for single player Friday, right? A competitive shooter. Thank you so much, Alleyway, for that. 12 months. Wow. Tier 3. That's just... You're the best, man. You have a gold shield now. And it looks dope. So I would say this is probably an improvement. I don't know what you guys think. I think she looks cooler. Let's see. Doomfist. Terry Crews. I think he's one of those characters with a really cool basic design. He's got war paint, big golden fist. Hi there. Not Mutt. God, I need to bring this closer if I'm going to do it this way. Not Mutt. Welcome in. We're looking at the Overwatch 2 designs of the new characters, and let me know if it's if it looks okay, because I'm not used to streaming PC games at full masts or however you want to call it, full screen. So yeah, I think he has a really cool design. This is his new version. Okay, so they got rid of the war paint and replaced it with a little bit more of like an ornate sort of African like garb, sort of, I guess, to emphasize that he's from Numbani. And his fist is not gold anymore. Well, I mean, I guess it is underneath, but it's not all gold. It has like black plating on it, which I guess they probably did because gold weapons are a reward in this game, and it feels like a gold weapon on him is not that great because it's already gold,
Also the spikes. I kind of liked the spikes. Those are gone.
But overall, I would say it's an improvement. I think he looks... It's pretty neutral, but maybe a little bit better. We'll skip Junker Queen for now. Well, actually, let's check her out. Why not? Junker Queen. She's only going to have one skin because she's brand new. But she looks cool. Blue Mohawk. She has 3 weapons. Which is a lot. I don't love that there's now 2 characters with the name Junk. I don't know. Just seems a little weird. But then again, I play Smash Bros. Where you have Pichu, Pikachu, Falco. What? Whoa.
Hi, Mr. B, and thanks for keeping the party alive. Haha, JK, my pal.
What the fuck? Oh, you're talking Final Fantasy? Wow, you're on a 12-month streak as well. Thank you, dude. That's 2 people back to back that are 12 months. That's amazing. You guys are the best. You also should have the golden shield, but you're using the founder's badge instead, which is also cool. Anyway, I think she looks cool. We'll have to play her. I don't know how she plays. She's a tank, apparently. But I guess she looks cool. I don't know anything about her abilities or anything. I mean, can we, like, check them? There's got to be, like, a way to look at the abilities, right? That's her pose. That's her taunt, which is not that great. This is her victory screen. Pretty basic. But they usually get better ones later. This is just her default stuff. Sprays.
I was born to rule.
Wow, she's literally Mad Maggie. If you guys play Apex Legends, there's a character just like this. Those abs, dude. I know. She's ripped. And then this is what her gun looks like, golden. She sounds exactly like Mad Maggie.
I was born to rule.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same voice actress, because the actress that plays Symmetra is also in Apex Legends too. So it wouldn't surprise me if they all know each other. But Mad Maggie in Apex is funnier. But anyway, we'll check her out later. Okay, so Orisa, big 4-legged quadruped robot. I always thought she had a really cool design. Big horns. A big bongo on her back that she slams down. I believe they changed that ability, though. Whoa, what the fuck? So that's new. I think they changed her quite a bit. We'll have to check it out. I've always liked her colors, the green, and obviously I have all these skins that can, like, I mean, I always liked this skin because it makes her look like one of the enemies. But let's check out her new design. Whoa. Well, she has hair. So that's new. Where are her horns? Oh, they're still there. They're just smaller. Nivorth, what's up, man? Do you play this game? This seems like something you would like. I'm just checking out the designs of the new characters. I don't know if I like this one as much. I think she was cuter before. I mean, it's definitely simpler. You can tell they made her look more ornate, but I don't know, like, she's like more brown instead of like green and white. I thought she looked cooler like that. And the hair? Why would she have hair? I guess she almost has like the Lucio kind of thing going on with the little metal caps on the end. I don't know. I thought she looked better before. The horns are what I like about her, and then they like made them super small. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say this one's a little bit of a downgrade. All right, Reinhardt. Now this is one that you can't fuck up. I mean, he's a fucking rocket knight. I mean, how can you not? He's one of the coolest designed characters. The only thing I always kind of didn't like, my son was telling about the game we used to play. Oh, nice. Yeah, Overwatch came out literally like the day that I moved to Vegas. So it's kind of funny that now we're playing Overwatch 2. It's like, where has all the time gone? One thing I never liked was how small his head is, because, like, I don't know, he's so big, and all the characters' heads are so big. Anyway, let's see what he did. Oh, okay, so he doesn't wear the helmet anymore. See what I mean, though? Look how big his head is. It doesn't look like it would fit. I mean, this isn't the first time that they've done like him without a helmet. Like they did it with this skin. They did it with like a couple other ones too, like this one. So it's not the first time, but I kind of like the helmet. You think he looks better without the helmet? It'll probably grow on me. Little tiny ponytail. Those are hero proportions. Yeah, but the other characters don't have that. I don't know. People say he looks like a Warcraft character, like a World of Warcraft character, especially this skin. Where's that one that looks just like a World of Warcraft character? The tiny helmet, yeah. But again, I also don't know if I love the color scheme either, because there's a lot of yellow. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a neutral. Maybe it'll grow on me. I do believe they changed his playstyle quite a bit, so we'll have to check that out. All right, Roadhog. One of my favorite characters. And before any of y'all say I should cosplay him, Anyway, I think he has a great design. Should have mixed that up a little bit better. Okay, I like the tire on the shoulder and the tattoo on the stomach and the mask. I mean, I just think he has such a great design. And he's such a cool character too, Roadhog. So let's see what they did. The best hero, Roadhog? Yeah, I love Roadhog. Mohawk, interesting. They got rid of that tire that I like and changed it with like a kind of like a bike chain, it looks like, with spikes. My God, my cat's freaking the fuck out again. I was just chasing her around the house. Yeah, I don't know. I think he looked better before. It's not that different. I don't like the mohawk. I think his little ponytail thing was cooler. And there's something about the mask. I guess maybe it's the nose ring. I don't really like the nose ring, but it's not different enough that it bothers me. But I do think it's a little bit of a downgrade. Sigma. More like Ligma. Wow, I forgot his default color was like teal. I don't like playing as this guy, but I think he's kind of a cool design. He's almost got like a Samus sort of like silhouette, because he's got the big like shoulders, like circular shoulders, you know, and then kind of narrow. No shoes. I wonder if they're gonna keep that. I guess his thing is he's like psychic or whatever. Oh. Alright, hang on. My cat's like fucking freaking out. You can come in. Okay, sorry. I think she thought she couldn't get in. I think this is an improvement. I think this is a huge improvement. Because, like, the little floaty things above his head are, like, more noticeably floating as opposed to being really... You can barely tell with this one. And then the color scheme's way cooler than teal. I think he looks cooler. Looks more futuristic. Yeah. He has no need for shoes. Well, because he floats, yeah. They did get rid of the little foot wraps. He had like little wrapping around it. So they went all in on the barefoot with this. But yeah, I don't like this character, but I think this is an improvement. So good for them. Alright, Winston. Everybody's favorite monk. Monka time. This is a design that you should not fuck with. Don't overdo it. Do those shoulder pads control his local atmosphere? I don't know, maybe. He can float, so they must do something. This is a character that if you over-design him, it'll be stupid. Just, he's a monkey scientist, that's all it needs to be. So if they overdo it, it's gonna look stupid. Okay, yeah, see, that's fine. Pretty much the same, just a little more sleek, a little more futuristic. You can tell they're giving everybody a little more techie items. Like his little helmet's a little more like, it like serves a purpose now. It looks like it has like a microphone, 2 microphones. He has a little command pad thing here. He didn't have that before, did he? No, that's new. Oh, you like the new hog design? Yeah, it's all right. I think I like the classic one better, but it's all right. This one, I think this one's an improvement. All right, Wrecking Ball, another character that I don't really play. Little hamster inside a ball. He like swings around. He's got cannons. Pretty cute. I always thought the robot kind of reminded me a little bit of Portal. Let's see what the new design is. Oh, he wears a suit now. He's got like a little space suit and goggles. And then the robot's pretty much the same in terms of the design. I'm not really seeing any differences. It's just color, it looks like. But I like the color better. So I would say this is an improvement. Yeah. And then Zarya. So this is how she looked in Overwatch 1. She's got a tattoo on her arm. Pink hair, which I love the pink hair. There's no way they'll change that. And then her suit. I think her suit needs improvement. When did the hamster join? He's pretty new. Yeah, he's newer. But, I mean, it was a few years ago. They've gone years without adding a character. Like, the most recent character's Echo, and even she came out, like, I want to say almost 2 years ago. Like, they haven't been adding new content because they've been working on this. But people are kind of worried that this isn't turning out. I don't know. That's why we're beta testing. The hamster's a lot of fun. It's not my kind of playstyle. Why is this so strong? Oh. It's not my kind of playstyle, but I like having a good one on my team. Zarya's fun, though. Okay. I think she's a character where her suit kind of sucks. So, if, let's see what they did. Ponytail. There's been a lot of new ponytails. They've been going in with the ponytails. I would say her suit is an improvement for sure. The suit looks way cooler. It looks like she finished her sleeve, her tattoo. You use the hamster like Chen in Hot? I don't know what that is. Heroes of the Storm, maybe? I don't know about the ponytail. I kind of think she looked cooler with the like sort of fade thing going on. I don't know about the ponytail. Or even look at that. Like, look at that without the ponytail. I think she looks cool, but then it's like, oh, ponytail. I don't know. Heroes of the Storm. Ponytails are in right now. Do you think I should get one? Get a little extension? I would say I don't like the ponytail, but the design overall is an improvement because her other suit is ugly. This new suit's way cooler, so I can pass on the ponytail for the suit being better. All right, and that's all the tanks. So now let's do the damage, people. Actually, let's do support first. So here's Anna. This is a character that I think is fucking awesome, but her outfit could be way cooler. So this is their chance to make an improvement. DLC ponytails. Ponytail edition. What about pony edition? And they all just become ponies. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, this one's way cooler. Oh man, the eagle on she didn't have that before, right? No, the eagle on the back is way cool. And then she has like kind of like a little shawl because she is an old woman, so like that's probably like something she knitted. It's so stereotypical. Her eye patch blending into that headband is cool. I like that. I don't think you guys can see my mouse, but whatever. Yeah, this was a huge improvement. Yeah, way better. Batiste. This is another one where I think his basic design is not that great. He's cool when you get all the skins. Anna's in Heroes of the Storm, really? Is that game like a crossover type thing? I didn't even know that. All I know is it's like League of Legends, which I played at the esports arena the other day. I think there's a lot of room for improvement with this design. Let's see what they did. All right, pretty much the same. A little sleeker, going for a mohawk instead of sort of just like the fade. I think this looks better, the hairstyle. God, that's another mohawk too. I like this little medic vest thing he's wearing. I like that. The rest of the suit's pretty much the same, but I would say overall it's an improvement. Brigitte. Everybody's favorite, Brigitte. I got the golden weapon on her. Not much to say. Pretty basic design. She's got like some kind of cape, shawl thing on her hip there, which I always thought was kind of awkwardly placed. Armor. She's like an armorer, you know. She builds like armor and stuff, so it makes sense that she'd be kind of bulky. Ponytail. Let's see if they keep that. Yeah, of course she keeps her ponytail. Looks like her armor is a little sleeker. Oh, that weird cape thing. Instead of just being pinned on there like that, it's like her whole outfit. That looks way cooler. And there's like belts and stuff. That looks pretty cool. A little more sleek design. Yeah, I would say this is an improvement. Heroes and villains from the Nexus, which just means tunes from Blizzard. Oh yeah, that's like a Blizzard thing to say tunes, isn't it? That's the only time I've ever heard that term. Lucio. All right, Lucio's basic design I always thought was kind of childish looking. Like the color scheme is like, this is like very like Fisher Price, you know? Like, why does he need this much armor? He skates around and plays music. I always thought he should have like a sleeker design. So I wonder. Oh, I think they showed him in the trailer too, and I remember not liking it. Let's see let's see it. Oh yeah, I don't know about that. The pool noodles on the head. I don't know what is going on there. The color scheme's actually pretty cool. But like, yeah, the outfit's better. I don't know about the hair. I mean, his hair was pretty weird in this one too. All these little like things on the end. I know they're supposed to be like dreads, but like the little things on the end are kind of weird. Downvote for what? For Lucio? Yeah. Oh, the backpack thing is like a frog face because that's his thing. He his like logo is the frog. I'm gonna say it's like neutral. I don't think it's better or worse. I think he like he benefits from some of the like really cool skins. Like this skin's awesome. Or like this one's really good. To me, this should be his default look. I like the little waveform thing on the legs, you know. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm gonna skip Mercy for right now because she's my main and I love her. Let's look at her last. Moira is my secondary character. Let's see what they did with her. So to me, Moira has a really cool design. I never liked this weird Phantom of the Opera mask thing that she has, like over her eye. I never like. What's the point of that? I never understood what they were going for with that. And then there's like a second set of eyebrows with the little metal things, but her outfit's awesome. You know, the like fluids pumping through her suit, and she's almost got like a witch vibe, you know. I always thought she looked really cool. She's like 7 feet tall. Let's see what they did. Interesting. So the backpack's a little different, sort of similar look, a little bit different. Her hair has a little bit of, is that a little bit of gray or something going on there? Does it look cooler or is it the same? I think it looks a little cooler actually. It almost looks like she's got a little white going on the sides. And then they kept the little mask thing, but I don't know. I guess it looks okay. I just don't get what they're going for with that. They did get rid of the little eyebrow things though, so that's cool. Less dark. Her original outfit's like black, and this one's more like brown and purple. Oh, her arm though, look at that. Her right arm, which is the one that does damage, is all like corrupted, and then the other arm is fine because that's the one that does the healing. That's cool. That alone makes it cool, I think. I would say this is an improvement just for that. I just think that looks cool. Nothing's ever going to beat this skin, though. This one's the fucking best, but... Alright, and then Zenyatta, everyone's favorite religious robot, which is just the funniest thing. Why would a robot have a religion? This is another one where, like, I think you could improve it, but you could also overdo it. Because it's like the simplicity of it that makes it work. So let's see. Okay, yeah, they pretty much... They improved it without overdoing it, I think. They gave him a shirt. He was, I guess, technically shirtless. He's a robot, but I guess he was technically shirtless before. And now he has, like, a shawl over his chest. They got rid of that little furry dangly thing. I always kind of liked that. I don't know if there's a name for that, but they got rid of that. And just changed it with like a fabric. But yeah, I would say this looks cooler. I think that's an improvement. All right, so now let's take a look at the damaged characters, the main part of the cast that everybody cares about, and then we'll go back to Mercy because she's the one that I'm really like, oh god, I hope they didn't change her too much. All right, here's Ash. So I have the golden weapon on Ash, which also makes Bob gold. Can I turn? Maybe I can turn that off. There. Now we can see what it really looks like. So yeah, I think she has a great design. She's got like a cowgirl, you know, outlaw kind of vibe. I like her white hair. Bob is fucking awesome with his mustache. Let's see what they did. I hope they didn't change it too much because she's really cool. Oh yeah, they didn't change it too much. They gave her a little bit more of like a open vest. I think it was zipped up before. Yeah. So her vest is open now. The gun looks cooler. Pretty similar though. Hair is a little shorter, it looks like. And then Bob looks pretty much the same. Different. His vest is a little different, yeah. Let's see what it looks like with golden now. Yeah, that's cool. I would say that's an improvement. Bastion, everybody's favorite robo. Little robotman with a little bird friend. Big clunky robot. Not much you can say. Now, he can turn into a tank. And now he can turn into a mortar thing. Which he was not able to do that in the first game. So this is new. But yeah, I think he has a cool design. He's like a curious little robot. And then this is what he looks like. Why does he have a hat? Why does he have a hat? It doesn't even fit on his head. It doesn't even fit on his head. What the fuck? Oh my god. Everything else looks pretty much the same. He's just kind of little Jimmy Bastion. Well, okay, so let's talk about the hat later, but the body's like a little bit more like smooth, a little rounded, you know. It's like what you would imagine like an upgraded version of this robot would probably look like, you know, because every iteration of every piece of technology gets smaller and rounder and less bulky. So I think I like that part of it. His hand, does he always have like a hand like that? I guess he has to. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But the hat is so funny to me. I mean, it kind of fits his character if you think about it, because he's like, he doesn't have an AI the same way that the other like robot characters do, like Orisa and Zenyatta. They have like fully fleshed out personalities in their AI, whereas he's really just a weapon. He's probably not even a he. He's just an it. But the Bastion unit in this game, he's really curious about the world and nature, which is why he's friends with the little bird. So it kind of makes sense. He probably saw somebody wearing that hat. As a matter of fact, that might be Torbjorn's hat because of the gears. And I think in the story, Torbjorn was like working with him or something. So that might be what they're referencing here. I'm not sure. I don't know if I love it. The hat. It just looks a little silly, but he's a silly character, so I don't know. All right. Butch Cassidy, a.k.a. McCree, a.k.a. What if they just changed his name again? Give the bird the hat. Well, McCree, what can you say? Really, he's a futuristic cowboy, robot hand, bam, badass motherfucker. Yeah, they didn't really change him too much. His hand is all white now instead of metal. They changed the spurs on his shoes to be more like spikes. They got rid of his like cowboy pantaloon things, which I'm kind of fine with. He's a little like happier. If like his facial expression's a little like, am I crazy or does he look like a little like happier? I was just playing Red Dead Redemption 2 today too, so he looks just like the guy in that. Yeah, I think that's an improvement. Looks pretty cool. I like this skin though. America. Alright, so this is Echo. This is currently the newest character in the game. She's basically an iPhone... Well, she's the newest character in Overwatch 1. But she's not new to this game, obviously. Everybody's clothes seem to be newly bought, no tears or holes. That's actually a good point. Because in Overwatch 1, most of the characters were like kind of past their prime. Like Overwatch was shut down. They weren't really working. They were all kind of just scattered around the world. They weren't, but like in Overwatch 2, they're all kind of coming back together. So it would make sense that they get like a fresh new suit, you know? So that's actually a good observation. Yeah, she looks pretty cool. Let's see what they did to change her. It's exactly the same. You know what? I have a theory here. They couldn't give them raises, so they got new uniforms instead. Well, yeah. Well, Blizzard's they got too many lawyer fees right now, so they can't afford to give Overwatch a raise. Why is she exactly the same? Am I crazy? Is there anything different? Okay, well, here's my theory on this. I think she was supposed to be new in this game, but because this game got delayed more and more, they put her in Overwatch 1 as like to kind of hold people over. I bet you that's what happened. So this was supposed to be a new character. But why even have an option if like they're exactly the same? That's weird. Genji, one of the coolest looking characters. I mean, come on. A fucking cyborg ninja. Like, you can't go wrong with that. We saw him in the trailer. He wears like a hoodie. Okay, but he doesn't put the hood up. Okay, I was kind of worried about that because the mask is what's cool. I'm not sure about the wearing a hoodie. Like, why would a cyborg ninja need to wear a hoodie? The sword looks cool. Pretty much everything's the same except he's wearing clothes, basically. Like, this is just like his exoskeleton, and now he's wearing like clothes. He's been watching Boruto? I don't even know what that is. I feel like this one's gonna grow on me. I don't love it at first, but I think it's gonna probably grow on me. Because the more I look at the classic skin, like, that's kind of weird too, like the musculature thing going on here. So I almost think like the clothes kind of make sense, you know? Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Hanzo. This is his brother. Now, I always thought Hanzo... Why do most robots have human things? Well, Genji was not... technically, he's not a robot, because he's brothers with this guy, Hanzo, and he became a cyborg, so that one's a little different. He had his body destroyed, but, like, recreated as a robot or something like that, but... I always thought Hanzo was a little too old-fashioned, like, for a game that takes place in the future, and he's wearing, like, a fucking kimono, basically. Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see how they change him. Okay, yeah. That's a really good improvement. Because you take that kind of classic Japanese outfit that he's wearing, but kind of morph it into, like, a modern, like, futuristic kind of ninja outfit. And looks like his facial hair is a little different, too. Instead of just the goatee, he's got, like, the full beard. He's got kind of like a Doctor Strange thing going on. He looks like Doctor Strange! Look at his eyes and everything. He looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. I bet you everybody makes that joke. He looks like Doctor Strange. But this is a huge improvement. He looks way cooler. Junkrat. So this is like a fun design, kind of a punk rock. His hair is sort of on fire. He's got a peg leg, a tire that is like the stupidest ult in the game. Robot hand, a lot of robot hands. Bombs on his chest. Let's see what they did. Okay. Well, I like the tire a lot better, because instead of just spikes, it has like this like razor blade, which I think is way more intimidating and cool, and kind of makes more sense for what they're going for with it. The outfit's cool. I'm not so sure about the hair. I guess it's basically the same. It's just shorter. His face, though. What's going on with his face? Is it me, or does he look really different? I guess he's just not as gray, which I guess the gray comes from like the explode, like the ash or whatever. So I guess he washed his face. He's also missing teeth. Yeah, the teeth are kind of starting to bother me. The goggles are kind of cool. I don't know. He has a different tattoo. I guess they just changed. Well, no, it's the same thing. It's just like smaller. Yeah, it looks like it's shrunk. What the fuck? I'm kind of neutral on this one. I don't know. May. There's May. All ready to go. She's got her little robot friend, Ice Pack. She's thick as fuck. With those giant boots. I don't know. She's an ice character. Not much to say, really. She looks like what like Nana from Ice Climbers would look like if they like did like a new version that with realistic characters. Okay, yeah. I would say that's a cool design. It got rid of a lot of the fur lining. They got rid of a lot of that, which I think is better because now she doesn't look like she's like way overdressed for half the maps, you know, but still gives that like ice vibe, you know. So I like that. Her boots look huge as fuck. They're like clipping. They're so big that they can't help but clip. But yeah, I would say this is an improvement. It's, you know, a little more modern. Kind of cool looking. Farah. Now this one, I'm curious to see what they did. So, yeah, I mean, blue eagle flying character with jets. I mean, like, she's just a cool looking character. So let's see what they did. Okay, they kept it pretty much the same. They added some white. Instead of just being all blue, it's like a little, they added some whites, add some coloration. Yeah, Yeah, instead of just being blue and gold, there's a little bit of white in there too. So yeah, I would say this is an improvement. I mean, it's pretty much the same. The wings look a lot cooler. A little more accent. Yeah, I like it. Reaper. Now this is one that I think... What's going on here? Why does he have two? Reaper is one of those characters that, like, I hope they don't fuck with him too much because he's really cool looking the way he is. This is a top 3 design character, in my opinion. Like, he's just so cool looking. So, I mean, there's not much to say. Black cloak, bombs and shit on his waist belt, skull mask. Let's see what they did. Well, they didn't fuck with it too much. I would say he's kind of the same, almost, just a little sleeker. The mask, I think, is an improvement. They got rid of the cheeks and just kept the face. And I think that looks a little more intimidating. They made the bombs a little smaller. Which, he doesn't even use bombs, so I don't know why he has those on his way. Why are there 2? But it doesn't, if you click on them, it doesn't do anything. The guns look cooler. Yeah, I would say that is a little bit of an improvement. I'm fine with that. Alright, this is another new character, Sojourn. So there's not going to be anything to compare, but this is one of the new characters. She uses a railgun. So we'll have to try her out tonight. Pretty basic design. Not really much to say. I can't tell if she's like cyborg, cybernetic, or if, because it almost looks like all of her joints are like robot joints. So is she like, but she has like a human face. So I wonder if she's like mostly cybernetic, you know? She looks like a robot. Pretty cool. I mean, this is her pose. This is her her emote. Which again, these are gonna all be really basic because you unlock like the cooler ones later, but they haven't added them yet. Her victory score. Oh yeah, she is like robotic. Look. Sprays.
It's about to get real.
Pretty cool voice. And then her gun. Okay. Yeah, she seems alright. And she's I don't know how you play it. Oh, they do have the abilities. How come we didn't see this with the other character? Okay, so she has a rapid firing projectile that generates energy on hit, high impact shot that consumes stored energy. Okay, so your main fire can charge up your alt fire. That's kind of cool. Swapping to other damage heroes maintains up to 30% of your new hero's ultimate charge. Oh, I think that must be a thing. We'll have to take a look at that, but I think that must apply to everybody. Just launch an enemy burst that snares and deals damage to enemies within it. Cool. She can slide, and then her ult is railgun energy auto charges for a short duration, and charge shots pierce enemies. Okay. So she's like all out attack, it looks like. Alright, Soldier 76. This is another top 3 design. I think he looks fucking awesome. I hope they don't change him too much, because he's just so cool looking. Race jacket, number 76. Cool mask. He's just awesome looking. What did they do? I don't know about this one. He doesn't have... The jacket's not as cool. I kind of like that it's like unzipped, but I don't like that it's not red, white, and blue. It doesn't look like a racing jacket either. Like something about these colors and the leather look to it makes me think like racing jacket. This just seems like a armor jacket. I don't know. And then no mask and a beard instead. I don't know. To me, this one's a downgrade. I think he looked way cooler like this. This is like the Batman Beyond version of Soldier 76. Like this seems like he would like come back like after you think he's dead. He would come back and like be this, you know. I don't know. Sombra, everybody's favorite hacker. A lot of purple. This is her Overwatch 1 design. A lot of purple, kind of a cyberpunk kind of vibe. Pretty cool looking character. What does she look like in Overwatch 2? pretty much the same, but a little sleeker. A lot more hair. Are those like cables in her hair? Those look like computer cables, like in her hair. I think I like it better. It's a little less one note because they added some more colors. It's not just all purple, so that's cool. Yeah, I would say that's probably an improvement. Symmetra. Another pretty cool looking character, kind of like an Indian sort of vibe. I like her little head thing. Robot arm again, another robot arm. How did they change her? Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, this is way cooler looking. It's like if this was the concept art and then they made her, this is what she's supposed to look like. This is like way better. Yeah, it's more ornate. Super cool. Torbjorn, little dwarf man. It's got the little spinny thing on the back, little jet engine things on the top, little claw, hammer, dwarf beard. Very short. Oh, it'd be funny if they just made him like super tall. All right, this is a new version. Pretty much the same idea, just kind of a different design. Kind of neutral on it, in my opinion. Like, they're both kind of doing the same thing. I probably like this one a little bit better, actually. Tracer. Now, here's another top 3 design character. I mean, she's the mascot for a reason. This design is perfect. I hope they don't change this too much. Because, I mean, it's just iconic. If whatever changes they make, I hope it's subtle. Okay, yeah. I like that. The visor doesn't have the white outline anymore. It's like just the glass, which I think is cool. And they got rid of those weird little things on her forearms, which I never understood what those were supposed to be. So I like that they got rid of that, because that doesn't make sense. Her jacket's like open now. The pants are pretty much the same, except different like design, but same silhouette. Yeah, I would say that's an improvement. Widowmaker. So my guess is that they're going to get rid of a lot of this purple and give her more black, because she's supposed to be an assassin. And to me, an assassin wearing bright purple just doesn't make sense. She's already blue. Like, her skin's already blue. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. I was pretty damn right. They got rid of a lot of the purple, put a lot more black, but still kept the purple. Main difference is a big braid now. Instead of just a ponytail, she has like a braided ponytail. And then this headdress thing she's got, it's supposed to be like spider eyes. It's a little different. It's a little more noticeable, I would say, on this version. And then she's got some, is that face paint? Or like, is it part of her mask? I'm not sure. But this is a huge improvement. This looks way cooler. All right, time for Mercy. Oh God, I'm nervous. She's my main. She's my Overwatch waifu. I love her default design. I mean, I have all the skins for her. But I like her default design a lot. She's an angel that's a medic. Let's see what she looks like in this game. Yeah. So they got rid of her ponytail. So she's the only one that got rid of her ponytail and changed, well, except for like Roadhog. She got rid of the ponytail and now she just has kind of like a short hair look. The halo's a little different. I would say it looks better. The wings look cooler. I love this new, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like her like dress thing. It's not really a dress, but like instead of just being like white, it like has this like more ornate sort of like golden look to it. This is really cool. Yeah, I think they nailed it. I approve. Now, let's play the game. Okay, so there's unranked, competitive, which is not available for the beta. Arcade is not available for the beta. Oh, currently unavailable for beta. So maybe they will add it. There's also training. We could like check out the new characters real quick instead of doing it in a new instead of doing it in a match. 1 hour later. Well, the first hour of the stream was to check out the new costumes and stuff. All right, let's check out Junker Queen.
My throne is where I say it is.
All right. So she's got.
Gracie, come.
Oh, okay. She has like a boomerang. All right. Well, anyway, her normal fire is this. Oh wow.
Come on, fight back.
How does it do from far away? All right. So definitely you want to be up close for this weapon. So it's like a shotgun, basically. Her alternate fire is this. She calls it back like Thor. Hold on, how does this work? It sticks to them. Oh, and you can like pull people to you? Is that what I just did?
As the queen
Oh wow.
decrees.
Where's the
Stop mucking around and move.
what does that do? Her left shift. And then she has like an axe too. Wow, she seems kind of OP.
Kneel before your queen.
That's gonna be hard to hit though, because it's so slow.
Pick up your feet, you drunk.
Oh, I gave everybody a little bit of shield? Alright, let's read the descriptions of these abilities. Maybe I can do it from here. Yes, okay. Pump action shotgun. And then her passive as a tank means that she has reduced knockback, less ultimate generated by healing and damage received, okay? Her passive is adrenaline rush, heal from all damage over time dealt by wounds. Interesting. Dealt by wounds. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so her jagged blade is the right click. Quick melee wounds enemies dealing damage over time. Her oh, interesting. So if I use the quick melee, which I haven't tried that yet, it does a wound, I guess. The active is throw the blade and can be reactivated to return it, and it looks like it also pulls them. It pulls them in. Her left shift is commanding shout, which increases the health by 200, and nearby allies' health by 100. Wow. And then E is wound all enemies in front of you, dealing damage over time. It's that axe move. Okay. Interesting. And then, oh, and her ultimate. We haven't done that yet. Charge forward, wounds enemies, dealing damage over time, and prevents them from being healed. Interesting. So this wound thing is new.
Time for the reckoning.
So they're all taking damage over time.
Load 'em and let's go. Time for reaching. Move out. Come on, mate.
Wow, she seems really good. She has like a lot of abilities. I feel like she has more abilities than most characters. Yeah, man, she seems like she's gonna be good. All right, let's go ahead and try out Sojourn real quick, and then we'll play some matches. I think Sojourn's gonna be a little more simple to understand.
We're in this together.
Okay.
All of us.
Railgun powered and ready to fire.
Double.
Railgun charged.
Double.
Doesn't get better
Yeah,
than
so if you
that.
it charges up pretty fast too, but her left click charges up her right click.
Right on the money.
Double. Triple kill.
What else you got?
Double kill.
And then I think it should go through them. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, that's her ultimate.
This ends now. Who's next?
Yeah, see, it goes through them if you use your ultimate.
Railgun power.
Her E is what exactly? Oh, it's that snare thing. That's right. Her shift is a slide.
That's just embarrassing. Breaking them down. Railgun charged.
All right, I want to get somebody with this E. I'm not quite sure how this works.
Threat neutralized.
They did give new abilities to some of the old characters too, yeah. So we'll just have to kind of just try them out. I don't want to go through every character again because it'll take an hour, but we'll try out some of the ones that I know Orisa changed quite a bit. I know Reinhardt. Most of the tanks changed a lot because they changed the tank rule and the fact that there's only one tank on the team now, and
Hold it.
and they're not so much about tanking. They're more like bruisers now. They're not really tanks. So, oh, I see the number. I didn't even notice the number in the middle of the screen.
Not your finest hour. Railgun powered and ready. This ends now.
Double kill.
See, this is definitely more my playstyle than the Junker Queen, but I think the Junker Queen is going to be more popular. Just real quick, let me just check out Mercy. Let's see if they changed her at all.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
No, it doesn't look like they did.
Treffer. I am here to support. Healing stream connected.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like they changed her at all.
Damage intensified.
All right, let's do it. So I guess we're just doing essentially quick play. Now I believe there's new maps. See, there's quick play where you can pick a role, or you can do open queue. I would like to do role queue because I want to try out how this 5v5 thing works with one tank. I think everybody's going to want to play DPS if we do this. The heck is this game? This is Final Fantasy 17. Okay, so now this is the big thing we needed to look at, is the queue times, because currently in Overwatch 1, the queue times are horrible unless you play tank. Even heals, it's like 10 minutes. So right now it's a little bit even. Support has the fastest, but tank and damage are equal at 5 minutes right now. But we got to remember, there's not going to be that many players. So let's just start with tank. Well, you know what? Let's start with a flex because I'll get a ticket, and we'll just see what I get. Wrong. Final Fantasy 17 hasn't even been announced. That's why this is the beta. I hacked it.
Now arriving at East.
Ilios. I love this map. Also, it's like
Prepare for battle.
it's like nighttime,
Select your hero.
or it's like evening time now. It used to be like in the middle of the day. Who should we be? We're playing heals. Let's just do Mercy. But I don't want this skin. I want to be pink. My streaming career is over now.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
Whoa.
These days, being myself is
Is that new? Is this skin new too? I don't recognize this Pharaoh skin.
What have you been up to?
So Wrecking Ball is our tank. Wow, this is weird, only having 5 people.
5, 4,
Hold on. Can they... They can't hear me, right?
1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Okay, good. All right, I'm using push to talk. Good. Okay, wait for me.
Right by you.
All right, well, we have a Farah, so I would like to go flying up here with her.
Heightening your capabilities. I will not waste this opportunity.
Oh. Woo! I almost fell in the hole.
I am empowering you.
Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, we got the point though, so we're doing okay.
We're outnumbered. You're welcome. Na klar. Verstanden. You're welcome.
He wants me to res him?
We had no healers. Didn't even know.
Behind you.
Feeling more powerful?
I knew it.
Angel at your shoulder.
Thanks for the assist.
This will just take a moment. A bit stronger?
You want it ready.
Kind of hoping somebody would help me out with that. But
I'm under fire.
Just you out there.
Are still needed. You really need treatment.
That's huge.
Going down.
Nice.
Heroes never die.
all right, we got the point.
Amplifying your power. I'm taking off.
Nano boost administered.
Here's ahead. I will not wait. Come on, get out.
Got another res. That's good. Oh shit! Oh shit! Shit. I've got you in my sights.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
There's new voice lines, which is cool.
Feeling more powerful?
Oh man, they're about to get this point.
I'll make sure that doesn't stop.
God, she was right on me.
Placing shield.
Oh,
Ich sollte schnell zurück. I understand. You're welcome.
How about I try that again?
You're welcome.
Touch?
what the fuck? How did we not get that? Oh well.
Score 0-1.
Might switch characters here. See, which point is this? This is okay. This might be a good time for Lucio, actually.
We're here to be heard.
Just to warn you, I don't have a lot of experience healing people who fly.
Just hit me in midair. How hard could it be? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Where's everybody?
Your healers are dog.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What are you guys doing? Fall back! Literally by yourself. Oh my god, just feeding, bro.
Alright, we're not gonna listen to them.
Switching track.
Recovery.
Oh, let's break it. Yes!
Gotta go. These vibes will kill you.
You'll be safe in here.
Okay. So if you don't know how Lucio works, basically anyone within his like vicinity gets either healed or a speed boost. My choice. Right now I'm healing. It seems like they didn't change him much. He seems like he's pretty much the same. Yeah, that doesn't really work on Tracer. Whoa, what was that? Oh, she sticky bombed me down. Yeah, she got that right on me. I'll wait for somebody to. Well, I guess we don't. I guess everybody's alive. All right, let's get him back. I almost knocked her off. We were at 99%.
Good effect on hostiles. Couldn't handle.
It's alright, we can get it one more time.
Switching track. Turn it up, turn it up.
Turn it up, turn it up!
And away. Enemy
Teleporter online.
Feel the healing beat. Eat it up, everyone.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
That's very unfortunate. I used my ult, but I didn't land, so I wasted it.
Return to the end.
That's not good. We're about to lose.
Always gonna be a top hit.
It's
Break
not
up
over till
the
it's
game.
over.
It's kind of sad that people are already toxic. Like, this is the fucking beta.
Play of the game. Return to the end.
All right, so now let's try. Let's just try not support either tank or damage. Since it seems like the support characters play pretty much the same way. Alright, Eichenwald, I remember this map. Again, looks like they changed the time of day. And looks like I'm going to be DPS. And the match has already started, too. Let's do, I don't know, Genji. And it's okay. Apparently I was not able to win it for my team.
Play of the game.
I see Farah still dies every time she uses her ult. It's a new record, yeah. Well, it's because it's quick play, so you can join a match that's already started. So I guess let's just stay. Can you change your... I guess you can't change your preferences if you're already in queue. Like, normally I would just be whatever, but I want to try out the different roles and see how they feel with the new 5v5 method. Robert, I started Red Dead Redemption 2 today. I beat GTA 5, and I got the ending where everyone survived, because I don't think Franklin was about to kill anybody. Well, or not one of those two anyway. And I was pretty happy with that ending, because you had to go and kill like every guy that ever fucked you over. I can't imagine him killing Michael. I mean, maybe Trevor, I could understand, maybe, but I still don't see him doing it, you know? So I was pretty happy with that ending. And then every character, you thought maybe I would... Well, I thought about it, but I was like, okay, maybe if it was Michael, maybe he would do that, just to, like, be safe, you know? But I just couldn't see Franklin doing it. I don't know. But I was a little worried that the third option was going to mean that Franklin died, you know, like that it was going to be one of those things where like somebody has to die. But I'm glad that that's not what happened. And then everybody got $20 million, so I went around and bought a bunch of businesses for each of the characters, and I bought $1 million. Okay, I bought this car for $2 million on the like online thing or whatever. Like, not like real money, obviously, like in the game. But like now it's just gone. I can't find it. Like, do I lose it if I don't put it in the garage or something? Like, I'm a little pissed. Not that I'm really gonna play it a lot anyway, you know, now that I beat it, but. And then I checked out GTA Online too, which actually seems pretty cool too, but I want to play some Red Dead Redemption 2. And then, of course, we're going to do a new single-player game for our Friday night slot. But I just thought this would be kind of fun for tonight. Wow, the queue, man. It did say 5 minutes. Okay, we're in. Okay. So, but that was only about 2.5 minutes, so not bad. Okay, I would like to try Sojourn. And there are no other skins for her, so let's just be this. Call your in-game insurance agent. Oh. Wait. Is that a thing? I know it is in the online. Should we join the team chat or not? I feel like people are just being dicks.
All of us.
It was a joke. Oh, okay. Well, no, because I was playing GTA Online, and the first car that I got, you did actually have to buy insurance for it. So, but I don't think that's how it is in the story mode. So I didn't know if you were like serious or not. Okay, I'm gonna try Sojourn because she seems really fun. Also, this slide that she has, look how far it goes. That's pretty cool. Also, I bet you can shoot while you slide too. Hell yeah, you can. She's cool. Oh yeah, I like her already. course, I'm missing all my shots. Man, I can't tell if I'm just missing a lot or if she doesn't do a lot of damage.
I need healing. Thanks. Not so fast.
Her snare is pretty cool.
Railgun charge. This ends now. You're falling apart. Recharging.
Well, I'm not dying at least, but I feel like she's not doing a lot of damage. There we go, I got a kill. Alright, I got the point. Crap. God. Wish this would stay up. Why was everyone crowded in that one small area? Well, because it's a choke point. There's not really any other way to get through. You mean right here? Well, I guess you can go that way too. Yes, yeah, there's... Jesus. Where did he come from? Yeah, you're right. They shouldn't be all bunched up like that. But at the same time, this game does get into like kind of a death ball sort of mode a lot, where like everybody tries to just like ball up together. Ooh, the Genji's doing work. Ooh, the Genji's doing work. You got triple kill.
Careful! The enemy's getting back up!
Disrupting.
I'm on my way.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like this gun doesn't actually do a lot of damage.
Empowered and ready to fire.
But it's like very rapid fire, so that's kind of nice. Okay, I got her.
Double kill.
Got Lucio.
Not your finest hour.
Yeah, I gotta aim for the head. That's what I gotta do. You should have went for the head.
Going somewhere?
Ooh, there's no art to that at all.
Railgun powered and ready to fire.
I'll give you credit for that one.
Alright, we won the first round. It's going a lot better than the first game.
My cybernetic form came at great cost.
My cybernetic form came at great cost.
I learned too young that my body couldn't always keep up with me. Besides, it's hard to turn down rocket legs.
Yeah, I like this character though. She seems pretty fun.
3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
I'm on my way.
Alright, I'm gonna try flanking over here. See if I can kind of pop and surprise him.
Stay put.
Ooh, that's a Junker Queen. Whoa! I didn't realize he... Yikes. I killed the Mercy so she couldn't res, and then this person got me. Okay, Genji, we get it. Genji got no chill.
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself together.
So if you jump after you slide, you go flying.
Disrupting.
Alright. I'm starting to get the hang of this character. I like her. I gotta get better with the alt fire.
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself together.
Apparently her name's Vivian also. I guess Sojourn is just her her code name. But that is like a name too, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. Uh-oh. I got booped.
Where's your jet?
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself together.
Is she gonna say that every single time? Come on, Vivian. Ooh, this Genji's really good. Shit.
This ends now.
What's the rush?
Cybernetics regulated. That's just embarrassing. The enemy's being revived.
Okay, the kills with the railgun are really satisfying. Oh wait, we're being contested.
It's about to get real. See.
I need to check and see exactly what that does, the E.
Neutralized.
Because I thought it was a snare, but it doesn't seem like it is. It might be, I'm not sure what it does. I'll have to read between rounds. Whoa, no, no, no. Nice. It looks like it does damage over time, but it does something else too. I can't tell what it is. Jesus. Genji Reflect killed her too. I wonder if it'll show it. Yeah, you could kind of see it.
Come on, Vivian. Get
I
yourself
love this
together.
Genji.
Roger that. Copy.
How come I can't do like the? I'll have to take a look at the key bindings because I used to be able to like do like pings.
Going somewhere? Catch me up.
We won. I like her a lot. She's definitely a cool character. All right, this guy got play of the game with Brigitte. Looks like. Yeah, that's how you play Brigitte. Just swing the thing around. You lose. Thanks, Charizard. All right, hold on. So I want to check a couple things. So if I go to Sojourn, it says it snares them. It says snares and deals damage. So I was right, but it seemed like it wasn't really. I guess what does it mean by snare? Because they're not stuck there. They just maybe they're like slowed down a little bit, but they can definitely get out of it. Unless I was just missing every single time. And then what was the other thing I wanted to check? Oh yeah, the controls. The key bindings. Ping. How do I ping? I'm confused. Okay, so ping, that's what I want, but how do I do it? Am I just like a complete dumbass? Like, is Junk Lady the queen of Overwatch? No, she's the queen of Junkertown, which is a map and also a location in the story. So Junkertown is Australia basically, and they were like, it's like they like kind of like basically went through like a Fallout scenario where they basically live in Fallout where the whole place is just junk. But she's the queen of Junkertown, where Junkrat and Roadhog are from. But no, she's not the queen of Overwatch. The leader of Overwatch, I guess, is Winston at this point in the story. But she's on the title screen and she's a Junker Queen. It's because she's the newest character. They always have the newest character, like... Ping Wheel. So is it G then? Would G work? Hold on. I need to just go into training real quick and figure this out because it's driving me nuts. Because if I'm not going to communicate with my mic, I want to at least be able to ping.
We're in this together.
Yeah.
All of us.
That's just doing voice lines.
It's about to get real.
Or is it B?
Copy. Roger that. I could use a hand. I need backup. My ultimate is charging.
I'm so confused. It used to be B. Also, are my graphics cool? Yeah, it's on ultra. Nice. Okay, B is acknowledge. And G is voice line up. Ping. Okay, here it is. Jesus. Let's make that B. Because I don't need acknowledge on Q. Okay, so, because if I just do it...
Tango in sight. Hostile spotted.
Yeah, that's way more useful than being able to just do acknowledge.
Enemy here. Over there.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I know that's probably so boring, but... Alright. P for ping? No, that's way too far away from my finger. Alright. Let's do more of this. Let's just keep it simple and just do all, and then I can save up tickets. So let's do that. We're gonna probably do a lot of support. Okay, you know what? No, let's do tank, and then we'll do that. Because I would like to try out tank real quick.
Traveling to Nepal.
Now, Orisa, I believe they changed her quite a bit. Her shift is the same thing. It makes her immune to knockback. Her E is different. And she has a spear now. Wow. Hold on. Let's... I was going to read about her, but I guess I can't. Okay. I can vault again. Okay, so if I was going to play... You know what? I want to play Reinhardt. And we'll go with the new classic look. Why not? But I want to read his new ability. So, Earth Shatter's the same. Charge is the same, but I believe you can cancel it now. Fire Strike, Barrier... Okay, so it's mostly the same. But let's see how he plays. Let's see how he feels. Because if I charge... Oh, maybe you can't... I thought you could, like, cancel it. I have 2 Fire Strikes now, though. That's pretty cool. So they did change that. He has 2 Fire Strikes, so you can kind of... If you save them up, you can always have one kind of ready. Well, maybe you can't change it. I thought you could change the charge so you could cancel it. I thought that's something that they talked about. Did I kill somebody? Okay. I can't tell if I'm like an idiot or if there's a way to cancel that charge. Okay, you can, but not right away. Okay, I was trying to do it too soon. So there's definitely a good, like, 1.5 seconds where you have to, like if I were to go boom, then you can stop it. Okay. Got the Mercy. Oh, okay. See, I would have died there if this was Overwatch 1. I would have flew off the side. Died anyway. C for cancel. No, C is communication stuff. I played some PC game when I was a kid where all of the things worked like that. It was like M for map, P for, you know, whatever, P to P. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense if you, like, in some ways, but it doesn't feel right, you know? Actually, people use M for map a lot. That's pretty common. Oh my god, she's so hard to kill. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got it. So far, I'm liking the way he feels in this. Being the only tank is kind of a lot of pressure, though. Because usually you'll have, like, a second tank that can kind of take a little heat off of you, you know? I for inventory, J for journal. Yeah, they still use those. But usually because those are things that you'll do when they don't need to be, like, on the fly, you know? Did you see that fucking shot? Papa Smurf. I like these payload maps, personally. I know some people don't, but I like them. It's kind of like tower control. If you watch Jules play Splatoon, she likes tower control, or not tower. Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Also, I have 625 HP, so they gave him more health. One thing I like about Red Dead Redemption 2, just thinking about that, is how you can like lock on to like I'm not very far into it, but it lets you like lock on to like an NPC that you're following, and you can kind of just like ride along with them, and you don't have to like do that awkward thing where you're following an NPC. It's very cinematic. I like that. How am I missing these swings? Oh, he survived it! I tried to time it so that I would stop and then throw him off the side, but he managed to like somehow come back in. Dang it. I guess I should have went a little further. Letting him cancel the charge was a very good decision, because the worst thing about having a really bad Reinhardt in your team is they just charge in and get themselves killed because they have to commit to it. So I'm so glad they changed that. Where's my team? Well, where is everybody?
My journey continues.
Payload mobilizing.
Well, we didn't do that good.
Echo here. EMP activated.
Enemy here.
Enemy turret.
Blocking the enemy.
Well, at least I'm contesting. Oh, that was... Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's quick play. There's no round 2. In ranked, you like get a second round to see who goes further. But in this, it's like all or nothing. Alright, well, so now let's go ahead and just do all. And just see what we get. Okay, this is new. I don't know this map. Do I want to be Zarya? No, I want to try out, I actually kind of want to see if they did anything to my boa Roadhog.
Apocalypse feed over.
Alright, wait for me! Alright, he looks like he's pretty much the same. He has 700 health now, though! Whoa! No armor, but 700 health. So what are we doing? This is a new map. I've never seen this before. I'm not even sure where we are. What part of the world is this? Kind of has a little bit of a Vegas-y vibe, to be honest, but kind of like a... Okay, so it's a payload map. Damn, that Widowmaker's doing work. Yeah, he feels pretty much the same. They just gain more health, which is good. Love his hook. So satisfying to land. As I absolutely whiffed that one.
No one can hide from my sight.
So far, we're doing great. They can't even get around this corner. Ah, I'm missing these hooks. I was doing so good at the beginning.
My ultimate is good to go.
Oh man, how did he survive that? Oh, actually Zenyatta has a little more HP than he used to too. Interesting. I'll have to just learn all the new HPs.
I still have some fight in me.
Because yeah, you used to be able to kill Zenyatta with one of those combos. I bet you if I had done my melee, I would have killed him. I always forget to do that. Ah, such a bad shot. Whoa, 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 oh, you have to shoot it. Okay, that they did change that. They changed his ult in some way. I don't know what just happened. It looks like you can turn it on and off, which I guess is good, because sometimes you would overcommit. Stop the payload.
30 seconds remaining. They don't have much time left.
Saddle up.
No one can hide from my sight.
We just need to hold them up a little longer.
administered.
Oh. We did it!
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Okay, see now we have to go further. Why did the other map didn't have 2 rounds, but this one did? I don't know, whatever.
Select your hero.
Let's try Diva. See if they did anything new with Diva.
I play to win. You don't look so good. Maybe you should sit this one out and leave the kills to me.
I'll be fine once you shut up.
I'll be fine once you shut up.
I heard town failed another mission.
See, Diva's a streamer.
Going soft.
Do not speak to me unless you wish to lose your other eye.
I'd still be the better shot.
Who gets left behind?
All right.
5, 4, 3,
You can't be serious.
1. Attack.
Okay, it looks like all of her abilities are pretty much the same. She has 650 HP now, so she got a little bit of a boost. Mostly the armor. Well, we definitely got around that corner faster than they did. Got the Junker Queen. And she got rezzed. Lost my mech. Yikes, yes, yes. Dude, this Widowmaker is actually really good.
No one can hide from my sight.
We're almost there. We're about to win. By the time I get my mech back, we'll pretty much be there. Wow, that looked like a little bit of a graphical glitch. And GG.
Victory. Double.
How many wins did you miss? Well, this is my second win, so I think unless you, because the first map was what was when I was playing as. I don't know. There might be a way to check. I feel like I haven't lost since the first one, but I wonder if there might be stats actually. Maybe not. No, they don't have career profiles set up. So we played on Ilios. And then we played on... So I think, yeah. So I think we've only played 3 matches, right? Or no. Oh, because one of them was super short. But we won. So 3 wins. 3 wins, 1 loss so far tonight. And I'm not counting that one where it just ended right when I got there. Now, these are custom mode games that people make. I don't know if I want to play any of these, but some of them look pretty fun. Let's go ahead and just jump back in, and then from now on, we'll do all. Which means we're probably going to get a lot of healing. But that's my main anyway, so I'm fine with that. You went to get some leftover pizza, nice. What kind of pizza?
Now traveling to Busan. Prepare for battle.
Let's do some Moira. Yeah. I'm feeling a little bit of Moira action. And we got Junker Queen. See, I think I would have liked if they had given her a name instead of just calling her Junker Queen. Like, give her a name and then her title is Junker Queen. Because instead of having two people with junk in the name, I don't know. Like, why can't she be like Cassandra, the Junker Queen, or something? I don't know.
My cybernetic form came at great cost, but you asked to change.
I learned too young that my body couldn't always keep up with me. 5, 4.
Or, I don't know, give her a name like, you know, I don't know, like Lugnut or something like that. Ratchet. The Ratchet Queen. Ooh, they have a Bastion. Ah, wrecked. Domino's thin crust, which I don't get too. I like thin crust, but I like New York style pizza. I've never been to New York, so I've never had true New York style pizza, but that's what I like.
Repairing your cellular makeup.
But one day I would like to visit New York and go to Broadway and stuff.
You will be renewed.
Oh god.
Receive my aid.
Oh, they're gonna get it. I'm still waiting for Little Caesars to bring back the pretzel crust. That was the best thing that anybody ever came up with. Genji off by himself as usual. Some things never change, even between Overwatch 1 and 2. Uh-oh.
I offer something known. Surrender my will.
Whoops! I walked off the side. The only East Coast pizza I've had was in the Bay Area here in California.
No opposition is insurmountable.
Well, we have, yeah, I mean, there's places that claim to be New York style pizza. But I don't know if it's like, I know some people are really snobby about that stuff, so I don't know. But like, from what I've had, that's the kind that I like. I was up there for a 2-week job at a company that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, wow. Oh, there's definitely companies I've worked for that don't exist anymore.
Now, to start anew.
Wow, she jumps a lot higher when she does that now. Okay, we're about to lose. We need to go in. I just fucking wrecked all of them. That was all me.
Enemy team eliminated. Solid work.
No.
Stay put.
That should be play of the game, honestly. He got 2 people with that, seriously? No. Damn, this was really close. I'm coming.
Watch yourself.
They tried to be the bleeding edge in a camera technology that no one cares about.
Wish one of those big underwater robots would attack. I don't need a mech to fight.
What if we do a little bit of Batiste? Do they change him at all?
Another day, another
Wow, he jumped. I think he jumps a little higher. I don't know if he used to go that high. Everything else looks pretty much the same. I'm sure there's some minor changes like cooldowns and stuff where I don't know the exact number, you know, and they changed it. I mean, what kind of nerd knows every single cooldown in the game? It's nighttime on this map now, though. That's different. This used to be a daytime map.
Stay near the immortality field.
I'm securing the objective. Anyone wants to join?
Let's get you all better. Now you see me? Now you don't.
Pick up your feet, you drongos.
No. You're going to be stopped.
Hello there, Proto fan. What's up, man? We're just playing some Overwatch. Little Overwatch 2, actually.
Defend the objective. Take the objective. Over here.
I don't like this map being dark. I liked it better when it was daytime. Fuck. I didn't even see them come out of nowhere.
No.
Nanoboost administered.
Stay near the immortality field. How about meeting me at the objective?
It was worth a shot. I knew that wasn't gonna work, but okay, I'm not gonna play him anymore. Let's go back to Mercy
Don't worry, I'll be right
because
behind
these guys just need a lot of healing. Whoops. That was just a really bad input on my part. Doing okay, just trying to shiny hunt Regis, and I thought I might pop in for a while. Nice. On what game?
Healthy body, healthy mind.
I feel like there's a lot of Pokemon games out right now.
Need some assistance?
Damn, we lost that one. My God, the Junker Queen must be like 7 feet tall. Wow, that game, they found that one fast. I'll probably end up being healer again. Sword, okay, nice. You're gonna name him Rusty? That's cute.
Select your hero.
Alright, let's just be our main. Why not?
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
Stop mucking around and move. Are you, on average, more mechanical or more human?
Why?
Trying to figure out whether to scrap you for parts.
This one's nighttime too. That's weird. Did they just make all the maps nighttime?
I need a knife.
Duh. Checking in. Damage intensified.
Good job, old soldiers never die.
And Mother's
And
work
they
is
don't
never
fade
done.
away. I've died a hero and lived long enough to become the villain.
They gave him a voice line that says that? That's hilarious.
3,
Freaking Batman.
1. Attackers in power. Don't regret it. Stop the payload.
Let's get
I'll make it worth your while.
Breaking them down.
Let me take a look.
Come on back, Gracie.
Enhancing your strength. Enemy over here. Damage intensified. Our work is not done.
I get into such a weird zone when I play Mercy, like, because she's my main. I've been playing her for so long. It's just like,
Damage intensified. Taking you out. Your mind's on stop. Need repair. Come on, get up. Heals back up. Heals never die.
shit. Everybody's all scattered.
Monstering you.
Oh, I was such a bad ult.
Need some assistance.
Pick up your feet, you drobo.
Tactical visor activated.
Not to worry. I'll patch you up.
I killed their Mercy. No, I died. Didn't they just swap all the night and day? Maybe.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
I guess we'll just wait and see. So, like, what are some of the nighttime maps that might be daytime now? So, like, Lijiang Tower, and like that one should be daytime if that's true.
The payload has reached the
You call? Let me see what I can do. Taking you out.
See, I think what they should do It should just be like sometimes it's daytime, sometimes it's nighttime. You know. I don't know. I guess you could argue that there's a change in, like, you don't want anything random because that does influence like competitive play or whatever. Like there might be some advantage to certain characters if it's daytime. You know. I don't know.
I'm here for healing. I'll make sure that doesn't stop.
But I guess they could just do it on quick play. It seems like Mercy automatically like flies straight up when she zips to somebody. I don't know. She didn't used to do that. Come on. Nobody's killing anything. Well, that's not true. We are getting killed, actually. Just not the one that I wanted.
You caught? I'll make sure that doesn't stop.
Just what I was looking for. You're in the way.
I do think having only 5 players does... Jesus. It makes the little encounters go a little shorter, which I like. It doesn't feel like you're constantly in a fucking battle all the time. Oh my god, did you see that? I just Mercy pistoled the Junkrat and his junk tire. That was the coolest thing I've ever done in this game.
There's much for you to do. Healing stream connected.
Good choice. Tactical visor activated.
Jesus. Triple kill with the soldier ult. I hope y'all saw that, because that was fucking awesome. If I was that Junkrat, I would be so mad right now.
Enhancing your strength.
Ooh. I'm trying to come to you. Well, I guess you didn't need my help. Alright. Well, Mercy feels as good as she always did. You saw me shoot a pistol. So when I up there, Junkrat was gonna shoot his rip tire. I shot the rip tire and him. So I stopped him from ulting and killed him in like 3 shots. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's going on in this game. Especially if you don't play it a lot. I can understand that. That's why I don't typically stream these kind of games. But I just thought this would be kind of fun for tonight, just to change it up a little bit. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming next week with more of Cloud. Go back to visit an old friend. Damn, this Junker Queen just fucking soloed the whole team. I mean, I was obviously ulting her, but damn.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Prepare to attack.
Whoops, I did the triggered thing. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but you do seem more competent when playing this game. You think I'm doing well?
Vivian, what have you been up to?
Oh, you know, surviving.
And how's Murphy?
Doing much better. Now that you aren't feeding her scraps all the time. Hello.
Good kitty.
Good to see you.
Don't be scared. 5.
As someone that doesn't play this, yeah. I mean, the highest rank I ever got was gold, which is not amazing. I'm really more silver. I have gotten to gold, but normally I'm placed in silver. But I think it's because you have to remember a lot of the games that I've played on the channel, I'm playing for the first time. Okay, I'm turning the volume down a little bit. It's kind of driving me crazy. So like when we played Metroid and Final Fantasy VII, like I'm like learning the ropes of the game while also trying to like be entertaining and have like a fun stream, you know? So it's a little different than like just hopping into a game that I've been playing for 5 years, you know? I like this game. Actually, I've been playing this game probably for, let's see, I moved here in 2016, right? So 6 years. Because this was the first game I bought when I moved here after my internship. That was back before I got the murder mystery job. And I remember, for me, this was the replacement for TF2. Because I was a big TF2 player. And I religiously played TF2 for years and years and years. Until finally, this replaced it for me. Yeah, learning the game while talking to the chat and everything, you know. But you know, I think I was okay at Final Fantasy VII. I mean, it was kind of like RPG. I got lost, but like I blame that on the fucking fact that it's an old game and the map is bullshit. Okay, does her thing not spread anymore? Oh no, it still does. Okay. I don't know why I wasted that. Did you see this Mercy like ragdolling like super slow? Uh-oh. Hide. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, no. Okay, he pulled it off. Wow. There was this game that I used to play. It kind of didn't... I don't think it did very well. It was like an indie game. Nope, no res for you. It was called Guns of Icarus, and it was fucking cool. You were like on an airship, and you had a captain, and you had gunners, and you had like engineers. And everybody had a job that they had to do to keep the ship flying. And you would fight other ships. And I used to play mechanic or engineer or whatever it's called. And you would have to like fix different parts of the ship and stuff. It was so fun. But it kind of reminds me of playing Mercy a little bit. Like you have to like kind of keep jumping from thing to thing. But I wish that game had caught on because it was really cool.
Play of the game.
You've seen a bit of that. It's like steampunk. Yeah, it's like a steampunk like airship game. The captain controls the ship. Well, technically anybody can do anything, but like your abilities are geared towards what you're supposed to be doing. And then you have like gunners and mechanics or engineers or whatever. It was really cool, but it just never really caught on.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I guess we'll stay with. I don't know. Let's do some Zenyatta. Wow, this one's nighttime too. But if your theory's correct, I guess they probably just swapped all of them. Yeah. I have the best emote for this guy too, because he floats everywhere he goes. He's always floating above the ground. But I have this emote where he looks to see if anyone's looking, and he's like, oh, okay, let me just stand on the ground for a second and stretch. Which again, why would a robot need to stretch?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
This is actually the second time that I streamed this game on the channel. And it did just about as well the first time, so I mean, now we know that my audience doesn't give a shit about Overwatch, but that's okay. I'm having fun. You know, I am on vacation after all. I should be able to play a game. We'll do Smash tomorrow. Everybody will be happy. Yikes. Whoa, what was that? Oh, she pulled me in with the knife. She's like Thor.
It takes 100 times to learn, 1,000 times to understand.
They built a turret.
I should probably go back to Mercy if I really want to win. The thing is, like, this isn't ranked, so who really cares? Klonoa came out yesterday. Oh, you've been playing that? I actually thought about picking that up.
Defeat cannot break one who perseveres.
Fight here and fight hard. No one can stop me. Enemy turret eliminated. Claiming the objective. Get over here.
My ultimate is on.
My ultimate is fully charged. Get in there.
What? I was healing him. Oh, but he was anti. Oh, that sucks.
A reminder that life is never easy.
Damn, I really. Okay, oh, shit.
Turret up ahead.
Nanoboost administered.
None of you can stop me.
Stop the power.
Ease your suffering.
Best laid plans have backup plans.
Think you can keep up?
Going somewhere?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Enemy turret ahead.
Okay.
Humanity is shackled. I find peace.
The objective is now
I
active.
know. We're okay.
I'm not letting go of you.
There were ants coming, so I had to deal with that.
You cannot escape me. Much obliged.
It terrifies me how fast, like, literally, like, that glass has been there for, like, what, an hour? And they just appeared. It's scary. And not like sitting there for an hour because I've been drinking it, you know, like.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Oh, excuse me. Sneezed right into the fucking mic.
You're broken. May I?
Dude, every summer I deal with this. Like, they must live underneath the house because, like, it takes 2 seconds and they just appear. It's crazy. But then during the rest of the year, they just go away. It's just during the summers. Nice, team kill.
Enemy spotted!
And see, now they're retreating because they know that whatever they found is gone, and they just lost a bunch of people. It's so creepy. I hate ants, dude. They scare me. They're way too fucking smart. Well, at least we won.
Victory. Play of the game.
Time for the reckoning!
Spray that spot where they were coming in.
Load up and let's go!
Okay. It's just like I want to make another drink, but it's like I know that whatever. I'll just deal with it. I can start putting them in like I should literally just get like a plastic water bottle and put my cocktails in those. Okay, so Lijiang Tower, it's daytime now, so you're right, they swapped them.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
All right, let's do Lucio, but I want to be I want to be this one. Just make a cocktail and put it in a plastic bottle so I can screw the cap on every time I'm not sipping it, and then they won't know. That's what I have to do, I guess. Drink whiskey out of a fucking water bottle like an alcoholic. Fucking ants, dude. Did you ever play Sim Ant? You know how there's Sim City, Sim, you know, theme park. There's Sim Ant. And it's kind of scary. It's an old game. In fact, it's one of the oldest Sim games. I think it was like Sim City and then Sim Ant. Sim Tower, I think, was one of the older ones too. Sim Copter, that one's weird. There's some like funny stories about Sim Copter. Like there's I guess one of the one of the developers of that game was gay and like was getting like picked on by like the company or whatever, and so he programmed in the game like a cheat that would cause like the Sim people in the game to like all come out in Speedos and like have an orgy, and it's in the game, and it's a game about rescuing people with a helicopter. You never actually played Sim Ant? It's actually pretty cool. It's like a tactical type game. Like basically you try to take over a house, you know, and you can like create little ant holes. You can like expand your base and you basically just do what ants do. So I just counter Lucio'd the Lucio, and we got the point. I like to just provide suppressing fire with Lucio.
This ends now.
Yikes. Alright, we're okay. Whew. A lot of ults happening. Whoa. Okay, they changed Orisa a lot. We're gonna have to check her out because she looks like a completely different character now. Damn, we're doing pretty good. That's a pretty cool secret code. Yeah, the gay orgy thing. That game was weird though. The people in the game, because it's so old, like the graphics are like so bad. The people look so weird. But it was the first like time that there were like Sims. Wow, me and this Lucio are literally doing the exact same thing. This other Lucio. That's the second time that we both ulted at the same time. Ah, killed her. Ew, her name's Wet Punches.
Score 1-0.
A mother's work is never done.
Have you heard the reports? A mass vigilante has been running rampant in Cairo.
Well, let's hope they're swiftly dealt with.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Do wet punches hurt more like wet slaps? I don't know. Wow, this map being daytime feels weird. Wow, did our Pharah seriously fall off the fucking side? How do you fall off the side as Pharah? She flies! Hey, we're gonna need our tank to... Yeah, there we go. Like, not much me and Moira can do here. We gotta get our wall up here. What is she hiding for? You're the tank. You're the only tank. You have to go. We'll keep you alive. Just go. Oh my god. I feel like this is gonna be... I feel like tank is gonna be even less popular to play now. Even though you only need one, like, the pressure is gonna be on for that person and no one's gonna want to deal with it. Really unfortunate time to run out of ammo. Wow. That was bad. Usually I always have ammo.
Maybe I'll try something different this time. Feel that, kneel and feet. Some help here.
Tactical visor ready for deployment.
Tactical visor activated.
Wow, we sucked that round.
Score 1-1.
Alright, let's be somebody else. I think we haven't checked out Anna yet. Let's see if they changed her at all.
I will not leave the broken world behind.
Still just one grenade. A lot of people were saying maybe give her 2 grenades, although I think that would probably be a little too strong. Still just 1 sleep start. Still 15-second cooldown. Sounds about right. So it looks like she's pretty much the same.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Wow, somebody left. Just go. What are these people doing? How did Lucio die? Oh my god.
Don't fret. I see you. I keep you up.
Tactical visor activated. Everyone, kill our enemy turret sighted.
Let's get on with it.
Yeah, the tank doesn't want to tank.
Surrender to my
So does Orisa not even have that shield she used to have anymore? We have to try her out.
This is not the end.
Next time we'll do tank next round. And... Wow, that hit us? Seriously?
Nerf this.
Oh yeah, I guess you got through the doorway. Wow.
You'll have to try harder than that. My ultimate is ready. You're powered down.
Are you-
Get in there.
I want enemy here.
Healing you.
I used my ult and then he died instantly.
join me?
EMP activated.
That was a pretty good push, but we didn't get it. All right, let's try out our Risa real quick. I want to check out what she can do. I actually think we might go to the training first real quick.
Only in unity will we
Okay, so let's hold on.
exterminate. Exterminate.
All right, so her gun is automatic heat-based weapon, deals more damage at closer range. Okay, so let's try that out real quick. Whoops, that's... Okay, so you can't just shoot forever. You used to be able to shoot forever. Now there's a heat system, but it looks like it goes for a pretty long time. So that's not bad. Her now what did it say? Okay, so her role is tank, which means she can reduce his knockback. Less ultimate generated by healing and damage received. Okay. E is her javelin spin. Spin the javelin to destroy projectiles and block melee attacks while also pushing enemies and increasing forward speed. Okay, let's try that out real quick.
Cutting through. Are you in distress? Double kill.
Okay, so like it would not block these shots, right? Because they're not melee attacks. But if they were, or are they projectiles? Okay, yeah, because they're projectiles, so she does block those. They're not hit scan shots. Okay, that's kind of cool. Her shift appears to do the same thing, although it looks like it gives her extra health, too. Gain temporary health, reducing all damage taken and becoming unstoppable. Jesus. While active heat generated by your weapon is reduced. Wow. That's... You pretty much just want to use that whenever you have it. And then energy javelin. Launch your javelin at an enemy to stun and knock them back. More effective if the enemy hits a wall. Interesting. Sweep in, and then her ultimate is sweep in enemies and anchor down, gaining the effects of fortify and charging up a surge of damage. Use left click to unleash the surge early. Interesting. Gee, she's completely different. She used to have a shield barrier, and she used to have like a little ball that would like grab people. Like she's totally different.
Double kill. Impossible. Advancing. Double kill. Triple kill.
Alright, let's try this ult. I'm still not really sure I quite understand what this ult is going to do. Oh, I see. Okay, so I should have used it so no one was in range.
Double kill. You did not scare me. Double kill. Triple kill. It is unwise to quadruple kill. Trampled.
You're surprised that Diva still says nerf this? Why is that? Do people not say that anymore?
That is enough from you. Double kill. Double kill. You are beaten. Double kill.
Ooh, so if you can fully charge that, it does a lot of damage. But how often are you really gonna be able to stand still like that and just like fully charge it?
Double, not triple. Quadruple kill. Double kill. Triple kill. Quadruple kill.
Okay, I get how it works. I feel like that's going to be very situational. And she only has 500 HP. The first video result when Googling that is a woman in cosplay saying nerf this, then twerking. It became a bit of a meme. Oh, well, there's so much Overwatch, like, sexy cosplay and porn and shit of Overwatch. Just because of the character designs. Okay, I think I get it. Wow, Tank has the longest queue. So wait, that's interesting. Tank has a longer queue than Damage right now. So maybe people are getting interested in playing Tank. Blizzard caked them all up on purpose after all. Okay, yeah. All right, so this might take a couple minutes. I figure we'll try Orisa out in battle, and then we might call it a night. But we'll be back with Final Fantasy VII Remake next Friday. Smash Bros tomorrow night. I'm thinking a long Smash Bros arena tomorrow. I also want to play that Ni no Kuni game. But like I was looking at it and it doesn't have, I don't think it has voice acting. Which I don't mind doing the voices, but they're all kids. So I'm like how am I gonna, I can't do like those kind of voices, you know?
Now and
Oh, yeah, King's Row is daytime. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do Final Fantasy VII. I mean, I want to play it, and I just feel like it makes the most sense. So, I don't know how long it is. I have a feeling it's not as long as the old one. But eventually, I would like to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. So I'm really just hoping. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm really just hoping that when school starts, like I'm able to like come home and stream. Like I don't have to only stream on the weekends, you know? But like last year it was like I was just getting so used to everything and I was creating the whole class from scratch, like with zero help whatsoever. And so like I would just come home and I would just have to keep working, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't have anything for the next day, you know? And this year I have 3 different classes, so I don't know if it's still gonna be like that, or if like maybe I will be more efficient, you know. But I would really like to be able to just stream after work, you know? I don't know if Square's fixed the PC port much. It used to be you had to install a mod or two to make the game more stable. Well, we'll see. Stable in what way? Like, it crashes? It's the Steam version, not the Epic Games version. I'm sure it doesn't make a difference, but...
Traveling to icon. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Cutscene stuttering, from what I remember. We'll see. I have a feeling that my PC can handle it. But I don't know. We'll see. There's some cool skins for Orisa. I want to use this one. Okay, so let me think. I can block projectiles and melee attacks. And I can also move faster going forward when I do that. So this is my normal walk speed. Okay. And then... Oh yeah, you do go faster. Okay, so you have a little bit of a charge kind of thing going on. The spear's kind of cool. Yeah, she's like this is basically a new character. Like, because she plays completely differently than she did before. She used to be able to put down a shield that was, like, permanent. And then she used to be able to, like, her ult would give everybody, like, extra, like, shields and stuff. And then her, like, ball would, like, grab... Her ball was kind of similar to this spear, but not the same at all.
Capture objective A. Initiating combat.
Also, why would a robot gasp for air? Come on, what is everybody doing? Nobody else is like doing anything. Did I get anybody? Yeah, that's a good point, Alleyway. It would also take fucking forever. But I also don't know when I'm going to be able to play. I don't know. I am not looking forward to school starting, if you cannot tell. This was a mistake, becoming a teacher. I already hate it, and I'm only on my second year. Because when you do, but like the thing is, like I was arguing with this about with my parents the other day too. Like, if you think about it, given how much work I do outside of school, like I'm basically getting paid like $12 an hour, because like I work 40 hours a week, but then I also go home and I have to do lesson plans at home. So it's like, and grading at home, and it takes hours and hours. So really, I'm working like 60 hours a week, but that's not built into the salary. You know what I mean? And the salary's not that great to begin with because it's teaching. You know. Well, I just tried to be bold and just charge in there, hoping people would follow up. Catnat, You liked Overwatch pre-Scandal, but haven't been following this at all. Yeah, I mean it's the same game. You know, there's just some new characters. I'm playing Orisa right now, who they reworked completely. She basically is a new character. I'm assuming you mean the McCree Scandal, McCree Cassidy or whatever, or do you mean like all? I guess there's a lot of Blizzard scandals right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, take it. Well, and it's not even about being underpaid. It's just my time. You know what I mean? Like I don't expect to be super fucking rich. I just like I want to go home and not be still working. You know? I also live really far away from this school, and it's just frustrating. Ooh, that was pretty good. Damn it. But yeah, I mean, Catnat, this is it's 5v5 now. There's only 5 players on each team, so there's 1 tank, 2 healers, and 2 damage. So I'm the only tank on my team. And I think it makes the battles go a little quicker. They're not so drawn out, which I kind of like. There we go, nice. Yeah, I was a support main too, Mercy, but I kind of play them all. I kind of like this new Orisa. As I die.
Missteps. Thank you for understanding.
Heroes never die.
In affirmative. Why we stop?
Let's keep it moving.
That is enough. I need to be healed.
Okay, let me just kill everybody. Did you see that shit? I just wrecked everybody.
Score 3-0. Switching sides.
I'm actually really liking this new Orisa.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Yeah, possibly play the game. I don't know. I didn't get the last kill though. I only got 2 out of the 3 that were actually given to me. It still counted as a triple kill for me, but it wasn't an actual triple kill. So odds are I don't know. I think there was a Junkrat kill that got 3, but we'll see.
Only in unity will we find strength.
Oh, also alleyway. There's a puppy.
Output increase.
I'd rather wait a century for progress than cause the harm you have.
What a joy it must be to feel.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Hold your thumbs, and we'll get through this all right.
How irresponsible. What, to put the puppy in a little box and then let a robot grab it with her, like, mechanical hands? Just like...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective
Ah, got him. Yikes. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Damn it! On the battlefield. Oh, the dog on the battlefield. Well, we weren't on the battlefield yet. We were just at the spawn. Uh-oh.
I will never rest. Secure the objective.
Okay, I'm gonna come back and use my ult. Hopefully, I'll be able to hold this off. Oh, actually, looks like we're okay. Oh, damn it. He seriously put a dragon right on top of me like that. Ugh.
My task is not yet finished.
Yeah, they're gonna get it. That's okay, though. We got 3 points, so they're gonna need to go. They only have 2.5 minutes. They're not gonna make it all the way.
Stop the payload.
Enhancing your strength.
No.
I wonder if we should try a little bit of Junker Queen just before we end the stream. Just we haven't really played her much tonight,
Is where I
and she kind of seems super OP.
Thanks. One by one by one. Come on. One man needs a knife in it.
Little aggressive there.
Beat me. Like hell you will. Block the payload.
Oh god, that's bad.
Group up on me. To me, Gracie.
Behind you. 10 seconds remaining.
Hold your defenses for a little while.
Mucking around and
Oh boy. Is the beta still out? Yeah. I just got it today.
lucky shot. My turn.
Look who's on fire again! Me!
We won.
Victory.
Oh no, it's not for free. Well, you have to buy the
Play of the game.
Oh, see, the Junkrat got it. I was hoping maybe I'll get. No, there's like a you can opt into the beta by buying this little pass or whatever, and then it gives you some stuff when the game comes out too. Well, cool. Well, that was fun. We got to check out the new, some of the new stuff. Let's see. Anybody? Any of my friends online? Doesn't look like it. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you had fun checking out the Overwatch 2 beta. I did. And we'll be back tomorrow with Smash Bros. So feel free to tune in for that. Next Friday will be Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then maybe some other streams throughout the week. We'll see. But in the meantime, enjoy JZL Gaming. They're playing probably Mario Maker. Yeah, Mario Maker. So that should be fun. And we'll see you next time.